Hello everyone and welcome to our PageSuite webinar. I want to thank you all for joining. We'll be hosting a series of webinars to showcase our products. This has been the first one, which is on our HTML5 Digital Edition product. So I'm Richard Waghorn. I'm a digital mobile consultant at PageSuite. I've been here 4 years, and during this time I've delivered key digital solutions to some large global publishing groups. I work closely with clients to ensure that they all achieve a healthy return on investment from their digital strategy. Now, who are PageSuite? PageSuite are a digital publishing company. We supply apps and HTML5 e-paper solutions for the newspaper and magazine industry. Our solutions are all cloud-based, and these have been kind of built over the past 10 years of PageSuite trading. We have about 1,500 clients globally, and we have offices based in the UK and the US. And we have about 65 members of staff. Half of them are development, constantly developing new solutions and new ideas and delivering custom projects for our clients. The good thing is about the office locations is this allows us to actually offer an in-house support team that are available 24/7, and that's 365 days a year. You'll see on the right-hand side of this slide a selection of clients that we work with. Obviously, there are many, many more of these, but we just wanted to display some of the ones that we've recently started working with, or some of our long-standing clients as well. Now, throughout the webinar, we're going to go through some live examples and actually showcase our HTML5 platform and give you a complete overview of that platform. And we'll go through the advertising options that are available, the different kind of subscription models that also are supported, and then we'll cover automation and workflow, different kind of custom features and branding, and then that will be followed by a Q&A. So if you have any questions while we're going through this, please feel free to submit your questions and we'll answer them at the end. So next, I'm just going to finish off with these slides and move to the live product examples. So here I'm going to just do an overview, as I mentioned, regarding our HTML5 reader. And what you'll see here, this is actually suited for different types of newspapers, so whether it's a broadsheet or a tabloid newspaper. So for the example I'm showing you here, this is a broadsheet newspaper, so you can obviously scroll down and view the content. You can navigate through the pages from left to right. And then I'm just going to go through the functionality that's available in this product that's on this navigation bar. So you have the user that can actually display a full screen option, like so. And we've got different toggle reader modes and zoom in modes as well. So as I mentioned, where this is a broadsheet, it's more suited for actually running in a single page mode. But say if it was a tabloid newspaper, for example, you could actually have this displayed as a default setting to show as a double page spread. But again, the user does have the control to actually choose which setting or reader view they actually prefer. Again, you can navigate through the pages like so across the top. And this brings us to the right-hand side of the navigation bar, and this is where all the features are actually set. Now, you as the publisher do have the ability to obviously disable certain features on here. So for example, you may not wish to have your subscribers to be able to print the actual PDF. So this can be turned off. It really does depend on your requirements. So we just go into the print option here. A subscriber can obviously select individual pages, or they can select all pages, and then just print that to obviously the printer connected to their device. This works the same as the download PDF option. Again, you can select the individual pages and download that PDF to your device as well. Now, something else we've actually added in here is a bookmarks option. The user can add in bookmarks, so they can actually go back in here at a later date, click on their bookmarks, and view various bookmarks that they've left and carry on reading from where they left off, or if there was certain information they wish to view at a later date, they can easily obviously add that bookmark in. One of the next features we have in here is the archive feature. Now, you can actually choose how much of your archive can be accessed by the subscriber. For this example, we've actually got the last 30 days being shown, but we do have some clients that show a year's archive And there are some clients that actually even go deeper than that, and they actually have like a 200-year archive. Again, this is all stored through a year selector and a month selector. So you can easily go in here and show and look at different editions. Further along, we have a social sharing option. You'll see on this example we've got mail, Facebook, Twitter. We also support LinkedIn, WhatsApp for mobile devices, Google+, and Pinterest. If you actually share this link, anyone that clicks on it will obviously then be able to access the content unless there's a subscription form there. So we're never in the chance of giving away any kind of free content to anyone. If there is a subs form there, the user must log in or take out a subscription to view that content. Now, something else that's actually featured within our digital edition is the ability to search for content. And the way this is set up is every time the PDFs are processed onto our system, all the text is indexed, and that then becomes searchable within the platform. And you can actually search through the current edition, through all editions, so the whole archive is searchable, or you can choose a date range. And if we type a keyword in here and click on the current edition to search, this will then pull through any kind of articles that have that keyword in. So for example, I've searched for the word London. On page 9, we can click on the thumbnail and you'll see the actual word is highlighted. So you can easily search for specific kind of information you're looking for, or it may be something you read a week ago and you couldn't remember what edition it is in. And it's quite a key feature and a nice feature for your subscribers. Now, something else that's also offered in here is the sections list. Now, within the sections list, this actually allows the subscriber to jump to certain points of the newspaper. So if we wanted to go to the business section, for example, this will take you straight through to the business section. Now, many publishers have different regional or zoning available to them, and it's not obviously every newspaper will have that need, but for example on here we've actually got zoning enabled, and there's obviously a variety of different zones available here for the subscriber. So if you wanted to view the edition from the North region, for example, or the Northwest, you'll just click on that edition and that will actually load up that zone's regional newspaper, like so. The very last option is the menu option. This just repeats the functionality that's available in the navigation bar. You can see the sections are also included here. There is another option here which is called the quick links. Now, this is quite a nice feature. You can choose exactly what you want to go in here, but all this does is drive traffic back through to the publisher's website. So if I wanted to view the breaking news, for example, I'd click on breaking news. This will then launch up breaking news that's on the newspaper's website. So again, you can offer different things in here. You can see there's also a games option as well. So that's entirely up to you to customize and edit on there. At the very bottom on the left, you probably notice there's an option that says pages. This is where you can obviously navigate through to different pages. You can click on the sections across the top. So we can go to the business section, click on the page, and then that will launch the business section. Now, something else we've developed and added in with the digital edition is an article view. And I say reading this, it's HTML5 based, so obviously it's compatible for smartphones, tablets as well. But reading that on a smartphone and tablet can be quite painful, constantly using the pinch to zoom. So you do have the ability to obviously click on an article, and this will actually pull through the contents of that article in an optimized viewing mode. You'll see you've actually got the headline, the byline, any images that are associated with the article, and then the body of the article as well. And the user can swipe through these different articles like so. You also see that the user can share these articles on social media. You've got options where you can change the font size. There's a read aloud option. And if you do have some of your subscribers that say don't speak English or speak a different language, there is a translate button as well. Now, something else we've actually added in, and it's been quite a big requirement from a lot of our clients, is the puzzle section. And we can actually integrate any kind of third party, so you can have an interactive puzzle in there. But one of the major requirements that we've noticed publishers are receiving is the ability to obviously access the print puzzles. Now, obviously, on a digital edition, you can't access that print puzzle. You can't actually complete that print puzzle. So using this tool, we've actually created a puzzle section on here where the user, we just go to the archive and we'll click on a crossword, for example. The user can obviously scroll through this, access all the archives like I've just done. They can actually print this out and then have the ability to actually complete that puzzle. So it's quite a key feature. Now, I'm obviously showing you this on a PC, so I'm just going to load up the iPad and iPhone so you can have a look and see what this looks like on the tablet and mobile devices. Now, you'll see obviously phone on the left, tablets on the right. What you'll notice on here, all the features that I've just currently gone through with you are available on these devices. We've got the menus on the right hand side, so you'll see obviously you've got the different sections. You can access the archive, download, sharing. Quick links are in here as well. And then if we just go back, you'll see there's obviously the search bar as well, so you can obviously search for content. But more importantly, it was to actually show you and demonstrate how the article view looks. So you've still got the pinch to zoom. And then if we click on one of the articles, you'll see this is actually optimized for the screen and for the device's screen. So we can scroll through that article, you can swipe left and right to view the next articles, and you've still got access where you can access the puzzles in here, you can change the font size, the read aloud and so on, and still in here. So the main kind of thing is none of the features and functionalities are compromised of actually viewing this on a smartphone or a tablet device. Like I said, it's HTML5 based and it's accessible on PC, Mac, and phone and tablet. The next bit is going to lead me into the advertising options that the product actually offers. So for this example, this is one of our own brochures, and we've actually included every advertising in here, which is probably something I wouldn't recommend doing, as a few of your subscribers might get slightly annoyed with the amount of advertising that's included. But again, these can actually be served up as a static JPEG or PNG file. However, we probably recommend that we integrate the product with your ad server. Then you can run obviously certain advertising campaigns in here. So you'll see on here we've actually got a banner ad at the bottom. We've got skyscraper ads on the right and left hand side, and then in the menu option there is space to add in a sponsored logo. Now, quite a lot of our magazine clients are actually making use of this advert you're seeing on the left hand side here. So we've got the front cover of the publication, and on the left hand side we call this a page zero or a left hand ad. Again, if you click on this, it will actually launch through to the advertiser's website. But more importantly, it's great advertising space here, as soon as a subscriber actually launches the digital edition, they see the front cover of the publication, and then you've actually got the advert on the left-hand side here. Now, something else, we do have an extra advertising option in here, and this is again being utilised by a lot of our clients, and that's the use of interstitial adverts. So as you swipe through, these interstitial adverts will pop up, and they're set to actually pop up on any kind of set limit of page swipes that you swipe on. So again, we can flick through. I think this is set up on 5, so you'll get an advert to turn up every 5 swipes. Now you're viewing this on the desktop version, so it's similar to a pop-up ad. However, if you view this on a smartphone or tablet, it will act as if it's a normal page that you're swiping through. So it's just a kind of extra way to monetize the actual digital edition with the use of this advertising. You've also got the options to add this advertising within the article view as well. So as you flick through the article views, there could be interstitial ads that would appear in here as well. There's a few different options, but again, like I said, I wouldn't recommend using every option. The next live example I'm going to show you is to do with subscriptions. Now, our solution caters for a variety of different subscriptions, and whether that be a hard paywall, it could be a time-sensitive paywall that offers like a 1-month free trial, or it could even be a subscription that offers, say, the first 6 pages are free to view in the publication, and then the user is hit with a subscription page to take out a subscription. But the example we're showing you here, there is a sample copy on the left-hand side, and then further down you can choose your option of which subscription you wish to take out. Or if you're already a subscriber, you can log in by entering your details below. Now, something we do, we've got our own subscriber management system, so you could use our own. However, it's quite manual intensive, so all the data has to be exported and then kind of put back onto your own database. So what we would recommend doing is for us to actually integrate with your subscription provider. So all the kind of details and login details and the data that you're gathering on there would all be automatically fed back into your database. And the great way of having that is that actually allows you then to offer things like a print and digital bundle as well. So, so you can offer like a print subscription, a digital-only subscription, and then maybe a premium subscription that accesses the print and digital. Now, another example to show you for this, just so you can see some variations of how this actually looks if you're viewing on a smartphone and tablet. I'll just load up. So you'll see here, this subs page here is actually optimized for the device's screen again. You'll see on the tablet on the left-hand side, we've got the subscription box, and you can obviously slightly see the outline of the newspaper in the background. On the phone, it's optimized for the whole screen. But more importantly, it's what's on the actual subs page. So here, if you're already a subscriber, you can enter your details to log in. You do have the option then to take out a digital-only subscription, or you can actually choose a home delivery, so it's also offering a print subscription on here. And what's quite a nice feature on here as well is you can actually click here to manage your home delivery account. So again, this is actually an integration that kind of supports the print and digital subscriptions. Now, we're just going to move on to the last live example to show you, and this is going to cover the automation and customization and branding. So you'll probably notice throughout the examples I have shown you today, each example has its own branding in here. It is a white label solution, so, so it can follow your own branding guidelines, your own color guidelines as well. But more importantly, it's to demonstrate how flexible the platform is. And you'll notice with this example, even some of the icons along the right-hand side here have slightly changed. And again, this was actually down to the publisher's brief. So we've got many clients that offer different kind of briefs of how they want the platform to look, even down to the menu being on the left-hand side. So within this platform, there's many kind of automation abilities, and what we try to tend to do is we try to make everything as automated as possible, just so it relieves as much pressure and it doesn't require as much resource from your end. So what happens is we actually will create an automated kind of file scanner. So when your PDFs are uploaded to our FTP, what would happen is you would choose a set given time for them to go live. So if you choose a first edition of the newspaper, for example, to go live at midnight, then PDFs will be uploaded to our FTP, they will be processed automatically. During that processing period, any web addresses, any email addresses will automatically be hyperlinked up for you. And also, as I've previously mentioned, the text will be indexed so it then becomes searchable within the platform. And that will then go live at your set given date and time. Again, if you wanted that edition to be overwritten by a second edition that's going to be available at 6 in the morning, that is possible as well. So that's the PDF side of the processing. We also have the article views that I've mentioned. Now, the article views, they're actually powered by an XML feed. And what happens is when you upload that PDF to the FTP, you also upload the XML feed. That gets processed, and that XML feed will contain that article content and obviously the page number and X and Y coordinates of where that article sits on that page. Now, if your CMS can't produce that XML feed, there is other options available. We actually have a article tool that will extract the content from the PDF and where you can actually create these article views yourself. Or we can actually manage that for you as well. So you do have other options to actually create that article view, so it's an easier viewing method on a smartphone and tablet, and it's a better kind of user engagement. While we're on this example, I'm going to click on the article here, and it's just to kind of demonstrate, this is a completely automated article, but it's to demonstrate how this is also customized as well to fit in with branding guidelines. You'll see even the fonts changed on here. And as you scroll down, there's advertising slots in here as an MPU. Obviously, you've got the content at the bottom. You can swipe through the different articles. We actually have some clients that have actually disabled this swiping for the next article and previous article. And that's purely to actually drive the user to actually close the article down, take you back to obviously the print content, and then swipe through the pages so they're actually seeing the adverts in here. And obviously that's creating page impressions for them. And then to view another article, they then have to click on it. So again, it really does depend on your requirements. We see a lot of different clients with different features that they wish to have. So again, that's just one example of how flexible the platform can be. Now, to make that kind of engagement level higher, and you're not just reading the PDF and print content, and we've actually added in an extra kind of feature. And again, this is an automated feature as well, and that is the use of image galleries. So you'll see on here that we've actually got a View Photos button. We click on the View Photos button, and this will actually display 5 images that are associated with this article. Now, obviously in the print, you're limited to how many images can be displayed. So we're actually finding this is a huge engagement factor, and subscribers are really actually taking a nice kind of stance to this and looking at these image galleries rather than just viewing this PDF content. So it's not just image galleries that are also supported, you've also got the use of video. So if we click on the video icon, this will then display the video. Again, driving that engagement level up, time spent on that page in the analytics is really, really increasing as well. And what's quite nice about this is not only by clicking on the button here to actually view that video, you can actually click on the article and you've still got access to the video through the article. So as you swipe through, there may be different kind of articles in here that are offering image galleries and video content. Now, while we're on this example, I'm just going to quickly show you what this looks like on the smartphone and tablet. So if we load this up here, and you'll see obviously we've got the image galleries and the videos. We can click on the article, and again this is completely optimized, and even with the use of adding in advertising within that article view on the phone device as well. And then we can swipe through to the different articles. Now, another way that we're actually finding publishers are the way they're using the product to actually maximize revenue is quite a nice feature on here. Is a classic edition basically. So you're actually maximizing revenue for the use of your archive. So what you'll see in the menu, there's an option here for the classic editions. And if we click on the classic editions, this is obviously previous editions that could be hosted and stored on and kind of accessed in this product for say historic events that have happened throughout history. A prime example for this is Men Walk on the Moon. And this loads up a previous edition, and I believe this is from 1969. And you can obviously swipe through this content. But more importantly, this actually still offers the use of things like image galleries. So if we click on the view images, there's actually 31 images that are obviously associated with this content. It's a really nice feature of a way to obviously maximize the use of the digital edition. That brings us to the end of the product demonstration. Before we answer any of the questions, I just want to show you a quick preview of a product that's currently in development and that utilises the print content in the digital edition and repurposes this for an edition-based app solution. So we'll just load up the iPad. So what you're currently seeing here is PDF content, so it's your print content, and this is displayed exactly like the digital edition, but in an app format. So obviously the user can swipe through to the different pages. They can actually click on an article, it displays the article view, so you can scroll down through the articles, you can swipe left and right to view extra articles and change the font size. But more importantly, why I wanted to show you this, and like I said, it's still a work in progress, but you'll see there's a icon and a button at the top. Now this is a switch button, and what this does, this actually switches from the actual traditional print replica into a more edition-based template that's actually optimized for mobile and tablet. Now, the way this content's powered in here is this actually runs from the XML feed that's actually powering the article views in the print content, but are then displayed in this more template-driven format that's actually optimized for a tablet device. So we can click on the article here, and you'll see if you're viewing this on a mobile device, it's actually optimized for that screen. We can swipe up and down to view the article, and again we can go left and right to view more articles. Then we can also go back. Now, what's nice about this is obviously you can swipe through, and this actually replaces all your print advertising. So it actually gives you the option to run a digital ad campaign through your ad server within this app. Now, the print advertising is still in the PDF replica version, it's just not in this edition-based version. So here we've got obviously an interstitial advert, we can carry on swiping, we have a MPU slot here, and further along there's a banner ad. So it does actually hold its own kind of monetization with the advertising. You can go in here and change the font size. What's quite nice as well, if any of your article views that are powered by the XML feed have any kind of video content or image galleries, these can actually be hosted and served up within these articles that are being displayed. So it's just something a little bit different, and we will be releasing more information on this at a later date. It's, like I said, it's currently in development, so it's just nice to give you a preview of what this looks like at the moment. But what we're going to do next is we're going to move on to the Q&A side of things, and Sean from our marketing team will be has been monitoring the questions, so he'll be able to read them out and we'll be able to answer these for you.
Okay, so the first question we've got here is how can I turn the reader features on or off?
Okay, so our product is linked to a PageSuite portal, and you have your kind of own login details where all your settings for your publications are stored. Now within there you've actually got the different features where you can just turn off things like the print function, the download function, and you can control all your advertising from that portal, and full training is completely covered with that.
Okay, great. So second question we've got here from Ross. He says, I don't use DFP, can I integrate with another ad server?
Yes, so we've got various ad servers that we've integrated in with the past, even down to obviously subscription providers, but DFP is the most common one, so we can easily integrate different ad site servers within the product.
Okay, next question here is, can I make my puzzles interactive?
The print puzzles that are served up within the PDF, you can't physically make them interactive, but if you're using a third-party puzzle provider that is interactive, we can easily integrate that with the platform. It's something we do recommend doing because it really does drive that level of engagement up within the platform.
Okay, next question. I'm currently using the Flash reader. How do I switch to HTML5?
So we've had many clients that have moved over to our HTML5 reader. If you are still on the Flash reader, I do suggest to contact obviously your account manager, and they can actually go through the next steps. So one of the questions we've seen is the content indexed by Google? Unfortunately, it isn't. It's indexed on our system and can then actually be searched within the product itself. However, that is something that obviously we can look into, and if there is a possibility to obviously have that indexed on Google.
Okay, so final question here. Could you further discuss what technology and process is required in linking multimedia, slideshows, videos in the articles?
So the actual way the videos and articles are stored on here, and the way they're actually hosted and created, is through an XML feed. So that content is obviously then sent to the XML feed, and that XML feed is plugged into the platform, and in turn you can then obviously access them image galleries and video content.
Next question, can you show me how to set up the article view?
Okay, the setup of the article view, that is something that we tend to do on a more of a one-to-one demo, where we can obviously go through and show you how that's managed and how that's set up. So let's say if you are a client, say contact your account manager. If not, you can obviously contact us and we can actually book some time in where we can go through that in more detail.
Okay, so it looks like that's all of the questions answered there, Richard. So any that we haven't answered, we'll come back.
So any questions that haven't been answered, we will actually come back to you on them. I want to thank you all for attending. And as I say, if you need to find out any more information, please feel free to contact us, and we'll speak to you soon.